Okay, I'm going to show how I bent my new radiator line, or yeah, coolant lines for the transmission. And you can see where the old one was. This one's not as bad, but there's one that's on each one that's really kinked. Here's my new bend, and you can see where it has a little dink right there, but it's definitely better than that and way better than the other coolant line. This one here isn't horrible. I mean, that there is a little bit smashed, but it's not bad. That wasn't bad. So this one actually isn't horrible. So I didn't mind that one so much, but this other one, you can see when they bent this, sorry it's dark, you can see where it's like kinked really bad. And then that there is also kinked really bad. Now this is a coolant line going back from the radiator to the transmission. And they bent it and they kinked it, and you need that flow to keep the transmission cool. So I'm going to show you how I just bent this one without damaging the line. It's this 5/16 basically brake transmission line, used for brakes. But this one here, I tried just to bend it without doing just a test, and yeah, it kinked it. So I decided, well, let's heat one, see if I can still do it, and it did the same thing. It still kinked it really bad. So what you're going to have to do is, how I measure this is I'll start at this end down here, and I just go, okay, I've got that much room, that's got to go that way and up, give it a little extra space. Now I'm going to take and let me move this down. So I need that for that piece. It's going to bend and kick up, so give it a little more. Now I'm going to come down here, I have to keep doing that, to where this line is right here, where it kicks over. And I've got to go in at least that far. And it's a straight shot back to this point here. And then I'll just figure out that distance. So you can just eyeball it and get it close. So I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to cut the line, and make sure you get yourself a actual cutter, one of these guys, so you can cut it nice and clean. And you just need some kind of a bender, GB one. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I got the line cut, I want to do like I did on this one. I'm going to tape one end off. Actually, tape both ends off, but one tape off one end. Then I need to make a funnel or buy one, whichever. It's just easier to make one. Have a piece of paper. I need to fill this thing up with silica sand. You want the white sand because it's sand, hourglass sand. It's super fine, and it'll flow through it, and it won't clump up on you. Okay, let me get this one ready to go. I'll get tape on. I'll show you my funnel, what I made and how I made it. Okay, so here's what I do. I take a piece of paper, just roll it into a funnel, and then I don't try to stick the end, because it's only 5/16 line. It's super thin. So what I do instead is I cut the end off flat. So I'm trying to set my phone here where I can do this at the same time. And I just take the cone and go on the outside of the kind of crumpled that up when I made the last one. I might need to get something, and hold on 1 second. I might get a piece of it so I can stick in there. Okay, let's try this now. So your funnel's going to come to a point, and you're just basically going to cut it off where it's flat, to wherever it reaches the point where your 5/16 pipe can slide in. It's kind of damp out here. I think the moisture is getting to this thing, so I'm going to cut a little bit off this thing a little more. See if I can get that to open up, so I can slide it over top the end of the damn thing. Yeah, the paper's getting kind of soft because I'm outside. And yeah, I can make that a little bit bigger. So I cut it off flat. And now I wanted to kind of just work it over top of the end of the piece of pipe to where it slides on a little ways. Yeah, it's been a pain. Damp out here, and this thing does not want to cooperate. Open that up a little more. should be pretty good now. Let's try it again. So again, it's flat. There we go. Now it fits over nice and snug. And now I'll just pour the silk and just kind of hold it with my fingers there. Sorry again, that's dark. You can also tape this on if you want. I just kind of hold it. And hold on 1 second. Stand up here. There's my cup of silica sand. And I'm going to take and just pour that into the funnel so it fills up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I got both ends taped off. I also have, this thing is full of sand now. Like I said, the silica sand. What you do is you're going to stand this on end, and you're going to tap it to pack the sand down. Then you're going to put a little more sand in it and pack it down. Make sure it gets full of sand. You'll know it once the top's off. Then you can kind of just pour it in if you have to, but the funnel sometimes it gets a little funky. All right, so now I'm ready to bend this stuff. Okay, so I need to match this one right here. So I don't know if I'm gonna show the whole thing, but you can see I'm gonna try to set this phone where it can record. And get this right here. There's my hand right in the middle. All right. Ouch. Just banging my head. Okay, so now, just gonna take my word if you can't see it. I'm gonna try it, but before you can actually see this, I now have a torch, which really does help if you're doing tight bends, and my cheapy bender. And this pup will be longer than what I need, so I'll cut the end off when I get done. But I'm gonna take and I'm gonna show you what happens when I try to bend this. All right, so this is 5/16 line. So I'm gonna try to bend it without heating it up. And make sure I'm on the right one. Yes, I am. So when I try to bend this without heating it, it usually isn't too bad, but it won't tend to fall around the curve. So I'm bending that around. All right, so there's my first bending. See, it did not kink it. So that bends nice and clean. All right, so I need to copy this. This is where I'll probably start heating it as I go, maybe. So I've got that bend there matched. Now I need to go that way with it, and I need to bend it back towards me. So it's just like the other one. I'm gonna hook it right there on the 5/16, and it's gonna want to flip on me. I got to keep this tilt. It's also tilted the other way just a little bit. So I'm gonna match where the bend is. I know you probably can't see that because it's too close in. Move this out. We'll move this out, and I'll get out here too. Maybe you can see if I'm out here. We shall find out. Okay. So I need to bend this thing. Needs to tilt out a little bit. And I need to come around. So I'm going to kind of eyeball that. That looks pretty good. I'm going to start the bend, and I'm going to grab my torch now. I want that to come around pretty hard. Start bending it. Alright, so it's got a little out on it. I need to bring it back just a little bit. So, alright, now I have that right there, and that's pretty spot on. It's a little tall, which I wanted. So now I need to come down here a little further. Here's where it's